Have you ever experienced in your life that one single unexpected moment changes everything? At that moment, you know, you feel, you sense that things will never be the same again. It can be a moment of great joy, but it can be a moment of difficulty. And at that moment, you can certainly feel a sense of grief, of loss, of pain, and maybe of fear too. It's a moment of fragility, but it is also a moment of humility that nobody has always the decision of the choice all the time. And I have been experiencing that in my life. I was in my early 20s and I lost my mother. A family of 5, the thought that my father would stay by himself was unbearable to me. So I stayed home for many years while the family was going through a long process of grief, striving to regain balance. And it took time. At that time, it felt for me that all the pieces of the puzzle of life were scattered around, and my own certainties were in doubt. Until little by little, one day at a time, I pull it all together. But it took me quite some time for me to understand why did I have to go through that in the first place? And what was my necessary role into it, not only for myself, but for the benefit of all. But one day you just get there. You know that you are ready and ready to move on. On a morning of December 2004, when I arrived at my workplace as an art therapist in Singapore, to meet the children and the families who had been in the terrible tsunami in Southeast Asia, just the sight of those children hanging on to their mother and the sadness of the mother who were trying to explain how their children had suddenly changed completely, those emotions brought me back to what I had experienced myself in the past. Together with the mother, I could relate to the horror of being swiped away from your loved one, of losing the sense of safety and the fear of the hurt and the death altogether. But you see, the children, they can't do that. They can't express through words what they are going through. And so, and yet they needed so much the love and the attention that any one of us would deserve to start a new healing process. And I very much remember that little girl, that little Belgian girl. And she was on holiday in the region when the tsunami happened. So she was in the waves. And she came with all the symptoms of being really lost. She couldn't talk about what she had been through, but she couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep, and she was really hanging onto the family. And I so vividly remember how, when she came in the session, she took a big piece of paper and she started drawing the huge waves that she went through and herself into the waves, and how that gave her a sense of physical release and relief. I also remember how at times she could tear and rip apart some of the drawing as a positive act of letting go of that hurt and of that pain. Until slowly, little by little, she was able to start drawing more positive images, which nurture in her a new feeling of confidence that bad experiences can happen, but that you can overcome them. You can even grow and blossom from them. So you see, this process of removing the painful images that can be in our mind and to replace them by positive image is something that any one of us can do at any time, even here in your seat. So I would like to invite you to do this little exercise together, if that's all right with you. So take a deep breath in and close your eyes if that feels right for you. And ask your mind to present you with an image or a symbol or how you feel right now. If it's a good image, keep it. Play with it in your mind. Cherish it and find a way to store it inside of you so that you can refer to it if you need it in the future. But if it is not a positive image, gently acknowledge it. Accept it and find your own way to let go of that image and of that emotion. Blow it away from your mind. And ask again your mind to present you with a new image of hope. Hold on to that image. Make it alive. Give it a texture, a color. Associate it to a music that you enjoy. And again, find a way to store it inside so that you can refer to it in the future. And take a deep breath and open your eyes. Symbols, images, very simple drawings without any aesthetical purpose. Spontaneous drawings of the very present moment can be deeply healing and are very respectful of this very moment, yet opening a new space inside of us and giving a breath of life in something which may be paralyzed for the moment. So art therapy is precisely that. It's believing that there is no such thing as a dead end. Life emerges through colors and shape to turn over a new leaf of life, to redesign the future with new strengths, new resources, new friends, and maybe with a new concept altogether. You see, therapy is for every one of us. Because every one of us, at times in our lives, we need and we deserve someone to listen to us, to care for us towards our better self and a better life. Art therapy adds on top of that, that extraordinary, soothing, non-verbal way of expressing the unspeakable. And the colors and shape involved in art therapy foster resilience to face a new life. So you remember that little girl? After just a few sessions, she was emerging from the horror of the waves she had been in. And she asked for my name card so she could put it on her bedside as a souvenir of the art therapy sessions together. And when she was about to leave Singapore to go back to Europe, I could feel so much strength inside this child to know that as a professional and as an art therapist, I knew that this child would face and would be able to overcome whatever come into her life. But that Belgian little girl also, without her knowing, became the seat of the Red Pencil, which is an international art therapy humanitarian organization founded with my husband, Alain. The Red Pencil is born in Singapore, and we intervene in hospital and family center, in home and orphanage, in shelters, schools, and prisons. But the Red Pencil also grows in many countries over the world, bringing drawing, music, and dance as a way to gently allow the past to fade away and to revive and celebrate the present, the new, the vision, and the future. The Red Pencil registered art therapists that I salute here for intervening into our missions come from everywhere in the world to go everywhere and intervene everywhere in the world. Their wish is to bring awareness through professional art therapy of the life-changing impact and long-term sustainability of bringing creativity into one's life. So in missions, we attend to the children and families who are in war zone and in the aftermath of natural disaster. We bring them a tool of self-care. We train their caregivers into therapeutic art, and we assess the work that we are doing to bring it to research for credibility and for excellence. Our hope is to be the international humanitarian organization specialized in bringing art therapy to the best of art therapy to the most vulnerable one globally, in partnership with the major established humanitarian organization. So, as you have understood, the Red Pencil is born from a very personal experience. It is also born of the humility that there is a higher purpose in all our experiences, the good one and the not so good ones, which seems to come into our life beyond our awareness and sometimes beyond our willingness, but that there is a higher good that all of us we can strive for. It requires, first and foremost, that we acknowledge our emotions and that we recognize that all our emotions are friends, even the most difficult one, because they carry a message for me and for you of what truly matters. Life is a happy and exciting journey. I'm convinced of that. But there are challenging moments at times. But there is always a way out or a way higher. And that the colors and shape which come naturally from my fingers and from my body when I create show me the path to joy and to my inner best. So on behalf of the Red Pencil team, our board of directors, and of all the art, music, and dance therapists, please allow me to present you the latest Red Pencil video done for us by the students of LaSalle College of the Arts.